Kylie and I'm 38 years old, and I just want to share some of my story and my journey so far. About probably 2.5, 3 years ago, my life started to spiral out of control. I just had my second child, and I pretty much had a nervous breakdown and kind of spiraled down into depression, where I just didn't want to be here anymore. Didn't want to live my life. Didn't really want to be a mum. Just didn't want to be here. I felt really overwhelmed by the world. I felt overwhelmed about being a mum. I didn't know it was going to be as hard as what it is. And after both my children were pretty difficult babies, and it was just it got really hard. And it got to the point where I just felt really hopeless. Kind of felt like that I really shouldn't be here. Like, what was my life? What was the point of my life if it was just going to be miserable? Because that's how I felt. Every day was just waking up and feeling miserable, and just kind of surviving that day and getting through it. I felt just complete hopeless. I felt really unworthy. And there was really no reason for me to feel that way, because I had an awesome husband and 2 really great kids, but I just didn't feel it. I just felt, I felt really alone, and really overwhelmed by everything. Felt desperation, felt incredibly hopeless, and definitely couldn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. And I got assessed by a social worker, and because I actually had thoughts of ending my life. I'm not sure if I actually could have gone through with it, but I definitely thought of ending my life and my children's, because I definitely couldn't live with myself with the thought that they didn't have a mum, but yet I couldn't live with myself at the time either, so I didn't really know what to do. And it basically got to the point where I got assessed by a social worker and kind of got diagnosed with depression, or just basically being overwhelmed by my life. And I went to a counsellor, and talking about it kind of helped, but once I got back to my life, it didn't change anything. I still had annoying kids. I still had all the same issues that I had prior to talking to someone, so it didn't actually change anything. So yeah, tried all sorts of different things, and thankfully eventually found transformational wellness. And I must say I was a little scared initially to try it, because it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit of an unknown on how it works and what exactly it is. But I was in a pretty desperate place. My life was only pretty much going to end, or I had to do something about it. So yeah, I tried transformational wellness, and it has changed my life. It has absolutely changed my life. I still have the same life, the same stuff. My kids are now 5 and 2, and I'm happy. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and I've made it, and I've got through it. And 2.5 years ago, I definitely wouldn't have thought that I could be in this place. I definitely couldn't have thought that I could be in a really good place. And the work is it's amazing. It's incredibly safe. I have the work and done on my children, and when they get a bit ruddy and out of control, I get them to just have the programs run, and they pull up, and they're really, really good. So it's incredibly safe, and I would recommend it to anyone that is in a really lost place, feeling hopeless or despair. It can definitely take you out of that spot. It's absolutely changed my life.